So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Try to take a shower here, guys. Come on, get out of here. Close your eyes.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Oh my goodness. Good to see each and every one of you this evening. I'm going to get the banner going down below. So the hashtag is hashtag HBN191 if you'd like to get entered in tonight's giveaway. Man, got a great show lined up for everybody. There's side chats out there already rocking and rolling. And I mean, just awesome. And I don't know what it was, but Pack Rat called it. Good to see all of you out there. And anyway, I always like to try to start this. I know I think I forgot it last week. But let's show this right here. I like to start with a Bible verse. And this is John 13:34. It says, I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. And you also should love another. And that is awesome. I mean, that's great to know. And we really should. We should love each other. We should make each other's day better. And so I think that's a wonderful verse. And anyway, we got some great people in the green room already. And we got a special guest for you guys tonight, too. And try to catch up on the side chat here just a little bit. Man, so glad to see everybody out there. But anyway, we'll bring these fellers on here, and then we will bring on our special guest. So I'm super excited about it. And so first in, we got the Smoking 22. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
Great.
Yeah, doing good. Trying to stay hydrated and away from the heat.
Oh my goodness, yes. Kind of hard to do this time of the year, ain't it?
Yes, sir. That's the time of the year. I think last Friday was like 110 with the heat index. I mean, I had the air condition and I park on my little SUV that I go to the range, and I park on my driveway, and I grabbed my bag where I got my camera, and I sweat just walking from the driveway. I mean, I'm like 15 feet, 20 feet from my garage door. I mean, the kitchen door that goes into the garage. And by the time I get to open that door to the kitchen, I was already sweating.
Oh my goodness.
That's how hot. I'm not, you're not.
It's rough, man. It really is. Well, thanks for being here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
And we also got Garage Guy 879. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing really well. I'm not going to complain about the heat one bit because I remember that ice storm at the end of January here back in the wintertime, and people were just miserable around here, and I was one of them. So summertime, bring it on, buddy. You know, I'll take all the warmth I can get.
You betcha. Well, I like a happy medium myself personally, but I mean, yeah. Well, thanks for being here tonight, Garage Guy. Appreciate you. And up next, we got Steve over at Living in Southwest Virginia. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Hello to all you guys and everybody out there in the side chat. I'm kind of different from Mark. I'm spoiled. I'm kind of like Goldilocks. I don't like it too hot, and I don't like it too cold. I like it just right.
Just right.
Just right.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'll take about, low 80s during the peak of the day and upper 50s at night. Just enough where you go outside and, at night. And if you want to start a little campfire, you could. I mean, it's not that cold, but, that's, to me, that's right on the money. So
70 degrees is the maximum temperature. 60 to 70.
just set thermostat to 70 and let her be, huh?
About 67. But my wife's one of these, kind of like you. She freezes to death.
Yeah, if it was up to my wife, it'd be probably 67, 68 in here all the time. And I'm like, it's too cold. I mean, I hate to say it's too cold, but let's get something a little more comfortable, But then she'll sit there with a blanket on her, on the recliner. And I'm like, you got a blanket on. You just take the blanket off. Thanks for being here tonight, buddy.
Thanks
and we also have Moondog too. Hey, how you doing, bud?
How are you? I'm great. I'm a little tired. I actually talking about the heat. I have nothing on you guys being in San Francisco. So it's like foggy and hot here is anything close to 80 degrees. So as you can see, I'm wearing a vest right now. So, but yeah, I was out in the range all day. So being out in the sun does take something out of you.
Wow.
Good to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys have a little bit of advantage out there with the weather. It's always nice. And, Walter Viejo, he talks about that on Georgia Sheen Connection. He's like, I don't know what you guys' problem is. It's perfect today, But, yeah, actually, my daughter was in San Francisco for about 30 minutes Friday. Or no, Thursday.
Yeah.
Her
flying in from Hawaii. Yeah.
They flew in from Hawaii to San Francisco, and there to Denver, and then from there to Springfield, Missouri. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's always San Francisco or LA, that most usually lands at. But, well, thanks for being here, buddy. And we have a special guest for tonight. And I want to welcome Mark Browne of Browne Works. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, good to have you this evening, man. And if you guys and girls don't know about Browne Works, my goodness, you're going to need to go check it out. And Mark, they do such nice work over there. And let me go ahead and I will let me bring up your website, and then I'll share your YouTube page too. So here we go. So this is the website, brownworks.com. And as you can see here, this is what Mark does. I mean, some awesome work on a lot of different stuff. And we'll let you kind of talk about this here in a minute. But I want to just go ahead and get your channel out there so everybody can at least know where to find you at. And so anyway, not only does he does the hand grips, and then they do these awesome pistol holders here. I mean, just amazing. And then let's look here at their YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe over there. And I mean, it's just great channel. It goes through a lot of the different grips and designs and stuff right there, right, Mark? And the video.
Yeah, I used to when I release new grips, I try to do new videos. That's when I wasn't as busy as I am today.
Yes. And one thing that's got to be really cool about this, it's like, I'd be telling my wife, it's like, well, I need this new pistol, or this pistol, because I gotta make grips. So I mean, I think that'd be a great excuse. A lot of us don't have that excuse.
Yeah, most
Oh, my
of the pistols I buy today, they're all company expenses.
There you go. And this video right here is one that, like, I really also suggest that you go watch here. As I hold over here, it kind of shows a little bit of the video here. So I'll let you tell us about that, Mark. Something new's been going on for you.
Well, yeah, the last took me a year and a half to build my new shop, mainly because of permits and that whole process of where I live, and it's I live close to the water, so any tree that I took out, I had to replace with like 5 trees. It was,
oh my goodness.
Environmental impact. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it took a year. It took basically a year to get the permits done, and I had to go through several different people to get the permits done, and then actually getting the crew to put the building up.
Yeah, because you got excavating, footers, concrete, and so before there's even anything starting to stand there, that's a process itself.
Yeah, and I really needed it. I really needed it last year. I've been turning away business because I didn't have the capacity to, fill some of these orders that, people want. So now I have a big building. I have more equipment. And I have plenty of room to expand. Hopefully, I can expand in next year. Maybe because all my grips are hardwoods, and people ask me, well, do you do metal grips or G10 grips, or it's just, it takes different tooling to do different types of material.
Mm-hmm.
And different, but now I have room that I can add some of that equipment, but that'll take some time. So now I've added, additional CNC machines so that I can keep up with orders, and I can, model new grips for new pistols, because it was kind of a battle. You only have certain limited resources to fill the orders, and then try to do R&D to remodel grips for new pistols. So I have I have a list on my website that people ask me, well, do you do this type of pistol? Do you do this type of pistol? And I think I have at least there's at least 100 different pistols on there that people have requested, to do grips for. So
yes,
it takes time.
Yes, I'd love to have a beautiful pair of grips on my Smith & Wesson, 357 revolver, and so hopefully one of these days,
asked me, like that Taurus revolver that you bought. I've had several requests for making grips for those. I make similar grips for like the Ruger single action revolvers, but every pistol, the geometry is a little bit different, and it takes a lot of time to to engineer those.
Oh, I imagine. And you also got to add, like you said, more equipment and stuff too. So, that's going to be nice to, have, because I'm sure you have it down like, okay, this one machine can only make this many grips, and so if you was able to double it, then, that's amazing.
Yep.
And the sawdust reclaim deal was really cool. I seen in your video for the air and the sawdust and
Yeah, I'm pretty good with most of the different woods. I am allergic to one of the woods, cocobolo. It's a very popular wood that I do grips for, but I'm slightly allergic to it. So I will break out when I start handling that particular type of wood.
Going with a hazmat suit, like, what's Mark doing today? Oh, he's doing this one wood that he's allergic to.
So that's if you watch the video, that's why I have a lot of my dust collection and HEPA filters and to try to keep the dust out of the air.
Oh yeah. Yes, and not only that, I have a friend that he's basically started out doing like woodworking in school, or like learning how to do it, just through our local trade school thing. Because like your junior and senior year, you can get credit. And the school takes those people, drops them off at the trade deal, picks them back up. Like a half a day deal, and they get to learn it. Get started on a trade and end up like just love doing the woodworking and and just a little 2-car garage that he started out in, and then ended up building his big building, and the sawdust and the air, like, and I didn't really think about it till we was over there, and he's like, yeah, he said, I found this used like air reclaimer and sawdust thing like in New York. He said, I'm taking a trailer and going all the way to New York to get it. And I was like, dang, man, is that big of a deal? He goes, yeah. He said, because like you can't, like, you're trying to heat and cool your building. So, the air, like, you don't want to just suck all your air conditioning or all your heat out the window, through, these, systems. And so, like what you have is really cool. His was way older and it's big. It sets outside, but yeah, the dust is a major problem, during that.
Yeah. My regular HVAC system, I have to change the filter in that every 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh
just
for
my regular AC. Because that gets caked with the sawdust and debris.
Oh, I bet. My goodness. Yeah, that's amazing. So, like, what on your new building? What, like, I know during your video there's a lot of really cool stuff, but what's like maybe one or two, a few of the things that you were just super excited to be able to do in this building that you couldn't do previously,
Well, the biggest thing is my shop before was so small that when I needed to cut a board down with the table saw or the miter saw, I had to wheel that out into my driveway to do everything.
Yeah.
So, and in the wintertime, that kind of put a hurting on things. So having them set up and being able just to cut a board when I get an order and it says, okay, it's this type of wood, I can get a fresh board and cut it down in a couple minutes. and then start making the grips. Before I had to keep, it was a chore saying, okay, I have to get an order for a certain type of board. Okay, I'm going to be out here. Let me just cut up a bunch of these. That take a long time just cutting up the boards, because I didn't want to have to pull that out every single time.
Yeah.
So definitely having the space to have everything in its place, and then be able to go from table saw, to bandsaw, to planer, to chop saw, and then right onto the machine. So I can go one, right from one to the other. So that was the great thing. The other thing, it was not in the video, but there's another room. It's a secret room in the back that I did not show in the video. And it runs the full length of the building. And it's not finished yet. It's going to be a two-lane indoor shooting range.
Oh,
nice.
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 So I can take a break for lunch, and I can go into the little shooting range.
Oh, wow.
So I'll do another video when I complete that. But that's another. It's been a headache trying to get that thing done, because of you don't realize what you have to do to build a shooting range.
Yeah.
I
If you had
got
to go
all
through that
these.
much red tape for the building, I can imagine what.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't tell anybody that there was a shooting range. I kept that on the down low.
All right. I don't
It was
blame
kind
you.
of one of the inspectors, because the building is mainly a wood frame building, but in the back I had the two walls were concrete blocks, and it was kind of like, why is this concrete blocks and all the rest is regular wood? And he said, is there going to be a shooting range back here? My wife calls it a bowling alley. So
Yeah.
we tell everybody it's a bowling alley.
There you go. Oh, man. That'd be awesome. Like,
so that's going to be my favorite thing of the new building.
I imagine. That would be so cool to have, man. Yeah, you have it start out, you got a bad day starting out or something. It's like, I'm going to the shooting range. I'll be right back. I told you, Tony, quit bugging me. I'm going to be right back. Yeah, that's awesome. Man. Yeah, that'd be so much fun. Yeah, because like the equipment you have, like to do what you do, you got planers, just so much stuff. And I can imagine trying to do all that in a small environment. And then, like you said, you and people might know this, they hadn't went and looked at your site, but you have snake skins and stuff like that you can put on grips. And so, you don't want dust on all that stuff, and so that's so cool to have the separate rooms for it.
Yeah, that's definitely something I had to plan out. Is okay, I need to keep things separate, because when I put a finish on a pair of grips and it's wet, and then sawdust is in the air, well, then that can ruin the finish of the grip. So I had to be very careful before I had this, but now I have a separate room. So when I go to put a finish on the grips, it's a separate room that doesn't have the sawdust flying in the air, and the separate room for the wood, so I can keep that temperature and humidity controlled, so that the wood doesn't, because wood will it'll curl or crack, or it'll warp. If there's too much moisture or if there's not enough moisture, you got to keep it right, at its sweet spot. So
sounds like Steve. Yeah. Don't want Steve to curl or crack.
Yeah, I've bought boards, and some of these exotic boards or exotic woods are very expensive.
Oh,
I mean, one 4-foot board could be $300.
Oh my
and
goodness.
For it sitting there, and then you come and look at it, and now it has a big crack in it, and it's kind of okay now.
Somebody's got nailed up on the wall throwing darts at lunch, or oh no, don't do that. Oh my goodness! Wow.
How many,
and I know what you mean. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
I was wanting to ask Mark, one 4-foot board, how many sets of grips would you be able to get out of one board?
It depends on what type of grips that I'm working on. Typically, roughly, I can make a pair of grips out of like 6 inches of a board. So if it's 4 foot, then I can probably get 8. And then depending on the thickness, if I cut the board down the middle, I might be able to get 16, depending on the thickness of the grips. So like a pair of 1911 grips are like a 1/4 inch thick. So depending on the width of the board, I can get, a little bit more, if it's, because some grips are like the 1/4 inch wide. Some of the grips that go on like the double stack 1911s, those I need a little bit thicker to be able to wrap around the back of the grip.
Right.
Revolvers are a lot thicker, the grips on those. So those boards, each grip might be a 1/2 inch thick at its thickest point. So that's kind of how part of my pricing is I try to, when I buy lumber, I try to figure out, okay, how many grips can I get out of it, and divide that by the number, what the board costs me. And I kind of price my grips so that it's, it's right in there, so that it's part of the cost. I have a base cost, and then depending on the wood that you choose, it may be a slightly different cost.
Right.
Awesome. So, well, real quick, I want to introduce a guy here, Eyes and Ears Tactical. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, I appreciate you invite me in. I finally got a moment to do these live streams. It's just so hot. It's just so hot down here in Louisiana, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And just like when I get a chance to get a break from the AC, just for the panel, just let everybody know, I want to say, first of all, I appreciate all you guys. And I've been knowing you for a while,
Yeah.
Johnson Beery. I've been knowing you for a while. And then, I remember when I think you got like 100 subscribers or something like that. And it's been so, it's great to be here, man. I finally got a moment. It's actually cool. And when I say cool, I think it's 81 degrees. But feels like 90 though. But it's good though, man.
We were just talking about the weather earlier, and I was like, if people ain't been in the South, Louisiana, you don't
you just
know
to say Louisiana. That's
is.
like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's hot. I mean, but the one thing about the South, I would say, just for anybody who don't know who I am or what my background is, I was born in Chicago, Illinois,
Oh, big change.
I'm the youngest of 7. Rest in peace to my mom. And none of my parents and my grandparents are alive, but I was born youngest of 7. But the irony is that out of my mom's seven children, only 2 of her kids were born outside of the state of Louisiana. So when people try to equate me to being California and liberal and I kind of laugh. I'm like, oh, you don't know nothing about my family. You know, my whole family is Southerners. My dad was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. My mom was born in Louisiana in St. Maurice Parish, off the St. Maurice plantation. She wasn't born there, but you know, most of the blacks when they came off the plantation, they didn't move far because a lot of young kids don't understand it was two wars in America. It was a Revolutionary War against England and Britain, and then it was the American War, which was the North versus the South.
Yeah.
But a lot of young kids, and I ain't gonna say young people, I think a lot of adults would even know this, to be honest, because there's a lot of dumb people in America, but they don't know. They don't know that people don't really migrate when things go bad. So, and you even know about the battle in Charleston, South Carolina. They burnt it down. The Brits burnt the whole city down. The whole South Carolina was burnt to the ground, and the only people who stayed was the people that was resilient. So most of the South is made up of people who are resilient, not necessarily wealthy, educated.
Yeah.
But they had guns and they had black powder, and they knew how to hunt, fish, and you know, salt and smoked foods and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
You betcha.
So it's a dynamic part of our country that a lot of people are going to miss out on for the most part, because clearly China has came, and now Meta's coming, and so it's like, you know, so being 58 is kind of cool, like knowing that I know my history. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's pretty cool.
Exactly. And almost the same thing. You know, there's at least me and 2 other hillbillies pretty much on this show right now, and you know, same thing. Like you're born in the hills, and then you most usually stay living in the hills. You know, you go visit, maybe move here and there, but you know, it's just you know, that's where all your kin is. That's where your family is and stuff.
Makes sense.
So,
Makes absolute sense.
So this Guns and Beer, he knows. So his channel, I remember when I started gun tubing. I'm not a big guy. I'm not a big gun tuber. People think I am. I don't. This is just fun for me. But what reason why I made him attracted, because we met by just pure content of being friends, not by anything else. And so
yeah.
I always, when people say like, man, wait a minute, he's kind of goofy and silly. I say, well, this is, but be honest with you, this is what America was built on. It wasn't built on all this intellectual process. It was built on survival and basically looking out for your neighbors. So you got to visualize, like, if you're living somewhere. Now I'm on a tangent. I had a few beers. I'm sorry, guys, but my point is that if you're living somewhere and let's say there's no road, there's no lights, there's no freeway structure and all that kind of stuff, and only people who know this is the people who live in these particular parts of the country. Well, what's going to immediately happen is that your neighbors are going to become your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the people who know anybody around you best is going to be people that surround you. And so my mother taught me this like a long time ago. You never be rude to your neighbors, but you always keep an eye on them.
Yeah, amen.
So you don't necessarily tell all their business and be poking around, but you know, if something's going to happen to you, it's going to be somebody near you. It's not going to be a person from. If you know, my grandma on my dad's side is from East Moline, Illinois. Let me give you a quick story. I hate to ramble, but East Moline, Illinois. It's called the Quad Cities. It's like Davenport, Iowa, Rock Island, Illinois, Moline, Illinois, and I think it's Bettendorf, Iowa. And it's called the Quad Cities because it's on the border of Illinois and Iowa. Mm-hmm. So that was my dad mom area. My mother area was from Opelousas, and she migrated to New Iberia, and then she migrated all the way up to Castor, which is in the middle part of Louisiana. It's a so small little area. I think the population has grown to 4,000, but it was I think it was like 400 when I used to live there when we go visit. So so the needle hasn't moved that much. But the point of my story is that a lot of people in America are going to not know the biggest part about America is that the heartland and the people who made this country great are the people who never left.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
that's the part that I always, I have grandbabies in San Diego, and I have grandbabies in the Washington State area, and I brought them all the way down here and took them down to Belle Chase and Grand Isle and Venice and Mississippi, and took them all to Alabama and Little Rock, Arkansas. And I wanted them to see this, and I wanted them to see the South. And then, of course, my daughters were like, "Where are you going? Where are you taking? Don't worry about this. We're going on. We're going to walk in the woods for a minute." And and I bought them, muck boots and all the kind of stuff, and taught them how to shoot guns. And they were like, "What are you? You can't have her shooting a gun. She's 9." I'm like, "Well, don't worry about that."
Why not?
So, but but the point of the story is that I didn't want to do it to, be rude to my daughter and all that. And, of course, my wife was tripping, but I just did it because I just wanted them to understand, like, this is your heritage.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care where you live, where you go. This is part of, your heritage. You know what I'm saying? Your grandma was born 1927. Your grandpa was born 1931. And then you have a great grandpa that was born in 1847. And they didn't come on a ship. They were already here.
They got roots. They got
roots.
100%.
And I had to teach that to my grandkids that all black people didn't come on the ship,
Yeah.
but they don't understand that when you colonize and countries want to create more opportunity for their countries, they will erase history. So. And so now I think for the first time in America, the point of this whole story is that I believe in this country being on a 250th anniversary, which I'm so proud of. And I love this country. And I take a lot of flack because people say, well, why do you, man, why do you, well, I only come from a military family. I only come from people who are farmers and from the South. I didn't come from the northern part of America where a lot of people had opportunities. My family came from the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to actually scrape and claw for everything they had, but they never ever allowed you to believe that this is all you can be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you always can. They would always say, like, if you want to go to the city, they would say, "Oh, if you want to go to the city, go ahead, boy. You might be able to make your way, but if you come down here, you're gonna have to work." And they would always remind me of that. And so for some reason, people thought the city would be easier. And now all of a sudden in 2026, we find out the city is not that easy.
Exactly. And
it's much easier to just be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Learn how to raise, learn how to grow crops, learn how to raise hogs, learn how to cattle, learn how to just live off the land, learn how to preserve the land, learn how to respect the land. And also respect the people around you. And then when you find out that that is not there, okay, then move. But until then, we're staying.
Yes. And, in the way, like, me and you met, like, it's real similar. Like, me and Moondog met by comments, kind of the same way.
Moondog's in the top right, huh?
No,
right above you.
Okay. All right. I remember Moondog.
And, you shouted out my channel when it was real, like, small. I mean, it's still not. He
there's
big.
Now I recognize him now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I always thought that was really cool, and you do that for a lot of channels. You're like, you got a list there. You're like, you show their channel, like, hey, go check these guys out or these girls out, and all that, and that's just amazing. And that's one of the deals that, like, I try to do here through this live stream is, like, we have people on here a lot that might have a smaller channel, but they got great content, and sometimes it's just that getting eyes, on that channel, and people's like, oh man, this is a great person, this is a great channel. And so I really enjoy your videos and all that stuff. And so, but
I appreciate all you guys, man, because honestly, I'm a true American patriot in my opinion. I don't see when I go out in public, I look at people as for what they show me. I never have a prejudgment. I don't care what just happened. I had a brother talk to me today. I was in the French Quarter earlier today, and he was not today. I'm sorry, it was yesterday. And he was like, "Man, what do you think about the kid Wells got on that boating trip in Mississippi, the African American kid?" I was like, "Well, I say, yeah, man, I don't really want to talk about that right now, but because there is a reason why. Whenever you jump onto a hot topic issue in our country, particularly." I'm only speaking primarily in our country because I don't know what it's like in South America or Venezuela or Honduras or Italy or France or whatever. But I know in America, whenever people try to bring me some type of hot topic situation that they want to arouse out of, I always shut it down. And because I want to see what their reaction is. Because if you bring it to me, let me know what your reaction is. Don't try to get me to say something that you want to hear, because I might break your heart. Because they want to, because I don't want to use the typical words, so I'm not going to say it because it's a live stream, but you guys know what I'm saying. They want to bait you in. They want to bait you in and then make it like, okay, well, so if you look at it, and it's another thing that's really phenomenal that is interesting to me, is that when you look at, let's just say, without getting all technical, crime, unaliving, deletion of humans, the one thing that is very interesting is that it's by people they know. It's not by the unknown. The unknown is kind of the random, the one-off, right? But most people who are taken off the face of the earth by people they know.
Yeah.
Or they came across, or their own group, meaning that it wasn't a sneak attack. Because you will know immediately, because it's like they will suppress evidence and do all these weird things. It's like a detective will say, like, hey, man, somebody came in my house and took out my whatever, right? And then they go like, well, I don't see no forced entry. I don't see a broken window. I don't see a door being pried. I don't see no alarm being. And so and they immediately jump to that you must have known a person that this happened to. And that's why they start with the last known person that came in contact with you. Yeah. So when I look at the criminal element, I'm going like, damn, these people are fucking idiots. Wait a minute. If you're the last person that touched somebody and they don't breathe no more, they're gonna come knock on your door. It has nothing to do with race, religion, economic status, whatever. It's the last person that was next to you.
If a spouse dies, guess who's the number one substance? Is the other one. And
that's one of our biggest dynamics in America, is that we hyper glamorize crime as if it's going to be an unknown. It's like, what? Let's just be a real crime show where we'll say it's going to be the known, and then nobody wants to talk about that. Like, you mean, wait a minute, my cousin might take me out? Quite possibly. If he's strung out on drugs and he's under a bad situation, absolutely something can happen like that. And that was what I built my GunTube channel on. And then I moved away from it because my wife got mad at it, because she's like, well, you got people thinking that their wife's going to kill them and all this. I'm like, I'm not doing any of that. And then so I stopped doing all of that kind of content. Anyway, Hillbilly, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to ramble, but it was really random, because it's like, it's weird, because like, I live in Louisiana, and my daughter, she's a softball player down here in university, and she had her friends come here from San Diego, and they went to Mississippi, went to Buc-ee's, and they did all these things, and went across the Causeway Bridge, and went to La Plaza on a swamp tour, and all these guys look like you guys. They don't look like me. And I'm just being funny, but my point is that and they had
Yeah,
an outstanding time. The swamp tour guys know my name, like, oh, we know your dad, and they're taking pictures.
That's
The
great.
boat tour guy looks like Hillbilly. He's like sending pictures, like, okay, we're gonna feed your dog to the alligator, and like, you know, and like just making jokes, right? And you know, and it was amazing that our friends they had no experience of this because they all were born and raised in San Diego, and they don't know anything about any of the South. And then now their impression going back to San Diego is much better because of my family and my family and the swamp tour guys and the guys over in Mandeville, the guys in La Plaza, the guys who in Lafitte, you know, and the crab guy. He has a big, huge channel, and he met my daughter and all her friends, and oh baby, you can come down here anytime. We got you, you know. And they just, you know, and it was just amazing. I just recently came back from a swamp rabbit hunt.
Oh, nice.
And it's and I just think that is one of the best parts of our country. We have so many people from our country. We don't have to go to Italy. We don't have to go to France. We don't have to go to Germany. We don't have to go to South America. We don't have to go to Canada. We can go in our own country and meet beautiful people with great experiences and great environments and landscapes and environments. And you can eat off our land. And that's why everybody wants our country. First of all,
crawfish bowl in Louisiana, right there on the swamp and on a cabin. Oh man, best. I mean, that's just life right there. And I mean, I just thought it was like so good. You know, they caught the crawfish, they did all the boiling, and like when we went into their it's for like us, it'd be like, I think for them was what we call like maybe a lake house or like a mountain cabin or something, you know. It's
like they're called they call swamp camp. They're called swamp cabins.
Yeah. And so they had like these, like you ate at lunch at the school, you know, these plastic tables, you know, and then trash cans on each side of them, and they had newspaper all over, and they just bring it in and just dump it across the table. And I mean, you're sitting there and, oh man, just the best stuff ever. But real quick, I want to plug your channel there. I put the link out there in the side chat. And so if you've not been to Eisenhower's Tactical channel on YouTube, go check him out. Great stuff.
Well, I'm going to step to all you guys too, man. And like I said, I appreciate all you guys and all you gentlemen on the panel. I just want to tell you guys I love you guys and I appreciate everything you do in life, and just whatever you can do to make our country. I ain't gonna do a lot of Trump stuff. Make him better again. But if whatever you can do to your neighbor, I think it starts with your neighbor, and then and if they're a weirdo, like, okay, then let them be a weirdo. But until they do something to you, you know. But for the most part, we can be better just by just being very kind to each other, man. And that's what I try to do, you know.
I love that neighbor.
Yes,
absolutely.
I mean, that's
what do you guys think about the price of like what do you guys think? I was curious, like, what do you guys think was going to happen when it comes to, you know, our grandkids and stuff and our younger generation kids? Clearly, we're not going to see the end of all this, but what is it going to look like for them? Because I think a lot of them are going to be completely oppressed to the powers, because they don't really. Because even my daughter, man, she's a brilliant kid, man. She's super smart, but she don't know how to even fry egg really good.
Oh man, if she's living in San Diego, it's gonna be tough. She's living in California. She's got to get out.
No, she's in New Orleans. No, she's in New Orleans. She's a California kid. No, you're right. No, she's not a Louisiana kid. She just goes to school here because she was a good softball player and got a scholarship to pay for her tuition. And so what I'm saying is a lot of these young kids are smart, and so they will move to regions because of a college academic scholarship. But in reality, they don't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, does that make any sense? Like, you know, a lot of people who make good money don't really know nothing about the region. The money takes them there.
Yeah.
So you know, and the opportunities take them there, and they can prosper and make good money and get a good income. But the reality is they don't know anything. For example, Meta's coming to northern Louisiana. They're going to build the largest data center in the United States. I think it's the world actually. I think it's
Really?
somewhere around
Where?
$9 to $13 billion data center plant, and they want to use all this water up to cool the data centers
Is
and all.
that going to be over in Shreveport or
Right near a little north of Shreveport. You're right, right in that area. Yeah, it's right there. And also 50 Cent, aka Curtis, he built a whole studio. So everybody's coming to Louisiana for the tax breaks.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
remember,
Okay.
they ran out the oil guys 20 years
Yeah.
ago, and then they ran out the fishing boat guys. Because in I think it was at 1990 or 1988, 1989, there were 1,200 shrimp boats in Louisiana.
How
And
many now?
in 2026, I think they're down to 32.
What?
Dang.
32?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
my
because
goodness.
now they're commercially owned, so they don't. Now they so to speak drain the swamp.
That's
So
wild.
all the fishing is regulated now by the state of Louisiana because they want it to be stamped like Gulf shrimp from Louisiana. So now they will fine a restaurant if they buying shrimp from the Philippines or buying crab
Well,
from
yeah.
Thailand. But that doesn't stop the undercurrent of criminal fishermen.
Importing. Yeah.
Right.
And there's so much farm
Farm raised.
Yeah, farm raised now too. So I guess I can kind of understand, but 32, that's less than 100. That's wild.
Wow.
Right. Oh, and now hold on. Now it could be closer to like 60, but 32 are privately owned. But
Yeah,
they
but
may have
still.
six. They might have 6 boats or 3 boats.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they now they didn't want people drag netting, and I just unfortunately know a lot about how food and everything was harvested because my grandpa on both sides, my grandmother on my mom's side, she didn't own a pair of shoes when we met her. She was barefoot walking on her property, and she knows the land and soil in the state better than anybody. And she had oyster farms, and she had chickens, hogs. And I remember one day, me and my brother, we went on a hunt, and she gave him a 22 410 over under, and she gave me that, and he gave him the shotgun. And I remember we were hunting, and he saw a rabbit, and he shot it, and just like obliterated. And I was like, dang, I was little, and we came back, and then my big mama on my mom's side was called Big Mama, but on my dad's side, my grandma was called Granny. So my big mama, the one from Louisiana, she was like, "Well, what did you guys get?" And we were like, "Oh, mom, big mom, we didn't get anything." And then Mike, my brother Mike, he was like 4 years older than me. He said, "Oh no, we shot a rabbit." And then she said, "Oh yeah, oh that's good, boys. Where's it at?" And he said, "Oh, we left it out there." And her eyes got big and got super mad. And then she got up. She said, "Take y'all butts back down and go get that rabbit. Where's that rabbit at?" And he said, "It's way out there, big mama." And she said, "Well, y'all got to get water. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark." And we brought it back, and it was all obliterated, everything with the head and the tail. We put it. She gave us a sack. It was a potato sack, and put it in there and brought it back. And she cooked that thing, and she put carrots, onions, potatoes in there. And we stayed up till I remember it was like the moon was full, and it was really, really late. And she wouldn't let us go inside. Mosquitoes, fighting mosquitoes, and finally cooked it. And she showed us the pot, and she scooped it out. And she said, "Y'all eat this." And then the bottom was like all the little pellets and stuff.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't you ever shoot an animal
that you don't eat.
For that you don't eat."
Yeah.
And that was our whole big history on killing things. You just don't shoot things that you don't do that. And that was our big lesson, man.
God bless her. God bless her.
And so none of it, we never hunted after that because it was too much responsibility. What I'm getting at.
It's a lot of work pulling out all of those pellets.
You just don't go shooting animals, man. That was not what my big mom was about. Preserving the animals for the next fall, spring, harvest, the next birth, and the next everything. And that's how a lot of my family we were taught. And just because we're from Chicago, people thought we were a city, but we really weren't. 90% of my family was from the South. And that's how it was in Chicago growing up. Everybody you met, they were all from Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas. Because remember, most of Louisiana is really Arkansas. You ain't really in Louisiana until you to the boot. A lot of it is really Texas and Arkansas. Arkansas has a huge influence on the lower part of the northern part of Louisiana.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Hank Jr., like his songs, talking about, Louisiana, Alabama, Texas, is, like all together for him, is all home, and
yeah, it's all the same. It really blurs. And then when you get to the boot, you get down to New Orleans, you will find a blend of Mississippi and then if you go west of the boot, when you go toward Baton Rouge, you will get close to like Houston and all that area, and all the oil refineries and all that kind of stuff. It's all about money and job commerce. You know what I'm saying? So when they pull the oil out of Louisiana, they killed the lower part of the boot. This was like a huge energy enterprise for the country, and then when they pulled it out and boom, move it to Houston, they moved a lot of the population out of here. Guys, you got to remember, like the median income in the lower part of the boot of Louisiana, I think the median income is like what, $27,000 to $31,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's almost goes that way too. Like in joining states there, Mississippi, certain parts of it too, and and it's just, people don't understand it when they're from a big city. They're like, how can anybody even live on that? Well, that's what the area pays. A lot of it, and you just survive. I mean, I remember like my grandpa talking about, he's young, like they didn't even know that that we had a recession here in the hills. It's like nothing changed for us,
Correct.
we were all still, cutting cedar fence posts, tomatoes and strawberries, and trading amongst each other most of the time. And it's like we didn't even know that any of that was going on.
Yes, sir. You're right. It's a fantastic country. That's why the 250 it resonated with me, and I'm only 58, but it really resonated with me because I look back at my family and all the people I met and people I know. It's a fantastic country. So when I hear people talk bad about the country, I understand their frustration. I mean, I understand it. I mean, but come on, man. Like, you really think there's a better country than this? Like that's insane to me. Like we
could always do better, but anybody
we can totally do better. We have so much room to grow and get better. But the mere fact that we're here, right? The mere fact that we made it this far with so few and held off England and Britain and Germany and Russia, and I mean, these are a lot of very powerful countries that we held off for a small area. And I think the young people don't understand that. Like, I remember in the movie, what was it? The Day After? And there was basically a post-apocalyptic movie came out. It was called The Day After. It was a nuclear attack.
Oh, what, in the 80s?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when Reagan came in office, and he was like, we can't allow this to happen. It was crazy. We built our whole military defense off a movie. Like it was like here's a vision what could happen, right? So we don't get in front of the nuclear arms race. We will always be threatened by people who have nuclear arms. And when that was going down in America, I was like that was 83, 84. Oh no, wait, I was younger than that. It was like in 1980. It was the Cold War because we were fighting against Russia and Afghanistan. But anyway, that was the first Middle East war. And I think Jimmy Carter was in front of that one. I think Jimmy Carter was our president, actually. And then the 80 election, when they took all the hostages and all in Beirut and all that went down, the next administration, and Reagan came in, he vowed that we'll never be behind military defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was very important. Me personally, because I lived through it, I can speak on it. And I look at our country, look how we are right now. That was huge because I don't think we would be here right now if we would have made that kind of a military stance. So when you have people lobbying against the military, against, not growing our military and kids not wanting to go in the military, yeah, that definitely weakens us a little bit. But I think they knew that we would not have people that would want to be actually like volunteer to go into the military. So we're gonna make sure we have enough firepower so we won't have to need humans to fight a war.
True.
That's awesome.
And that, because I promise you, like I look at the young kids now, and my son's in the Army right now. He's 25. He's a sergeant, and he's doing great. And he said, Dad, like, yeah, Dad, we don't have them. Like, I served in the Army, and we don't have guys like you, Dad. Like, you was a combat engineer, came out of Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and I was crazy, airborne, and just did a lot of crazy shit. And I ain't gonna tell my military past, but I did a lot of fucking crazy shit. And I was squad leader, platoon leader. I could have elevated big time, but I want to go back home, And they basically quiet me down. They say, hey, well, and here's, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get out of here. So the Army, this is what they try to do to me on my exit. They try to IRR me. Anybody's military know what I'm talking about. Inactive ready reserve. So they try to do an inactive ready reserve, and they trying to make me go back in for 6 more years. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this no more, because I was a combat engineer. I was 12 Bravo. I came out of Fort Leonard Wood, one of the fucking baddest fucking Army bases in this country, and we had ticks, we had brown recluse spiders that can fucking kill you.
Yeah.
We had snakes. They had us going through swamps, all kind of stuff. Just in regular Army fatigues with boots.
Yeah,
and sleeping out on our bivouac when I went in was supposed, accordingly, what I was told was like one of the hardest bivouacs ever, and like 14 days. And then you have to go through the combat engineer training because it was an advanced course. So like you would do your boot camp, and then you had to stay for your castle. If you wanted your castle, you had to stay. If you don't want your castle, sayonara. So I was badass from California, like, oh man, I got to finish all this shit. You ain't running me out of here. They try to get me up out of there. Sergeant Warren, short little white dude, about 5'3", 5'4", like, always rolled my shit. I thought he was a racist, for real. I ain't gonna lie. He hated me so much, he made me work my fucking ass off. And I'm doing all this stuff, and then he made me squad leader. Then he made me platoon leader. Then he's like, Brown this, Brown this. All I heard was my name all the time. Like, why are you always on my shit? And we had a falling out. He said, because you're great. Because we need men like you.
Because he wanted to toughen you up.
Yeah, my son-in-law went to Fort Leonard Wood, and Mark Garage Guy knows a little bit about Fort Leonard Wood also. And
Rolla, Missouri is in the middle of nowhere, by the way. If you've never been to Rolla, Missouri, it ain't nothing but churches and Christian little academies and all these little things. You got to go all the way to St. Louis to have any life. And they ain't even a life, St. Louis.
Yeah.
You had Waynesville and St. Robert right outside of Leonard Wood right there.
Right.
Yeah. And
the base was better than the surrounding areas.
Yeah. And we're going to take a little break here and shout out the side chat out there.
Okay, side chat. Okay, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you bet, man.
Man, I love all you guys, by the way. I love all you guys, and I have a lot of respect for all of you. And any of you guys are always welcome to my house, and you can always eat off my table, and you can shit in my shitter. You can shit in my shitter. And you just can't kiss my wife. That's the only thing you can't do. Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Well, all right, y'all stay blessed.
You too, buddy. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Absolutely.
So what should we have them type in the side chat for and so we can shout them out? Anybody got a good idea?
Grips,
yes. With Mark Browne here tonight, you bet. Type in grips. And then Moondog, would you mind shouting everybody out?
Sure. And all right, so we got here. We got first one up. We got Garage Guy, who's on the panel with grips, and we've got living in Southwest Virginia. We got Kent 645. We've got 1903 A4. Oh wait, sorry, that he didn't put in grips. Jay Delta, who's on the panel, and of course, living in Southwest Virginia, who was also on the panel. We've got R4 Mississippi Thunder. We got Denny's Plant-Based Journey. We got Alaskan One Andy. We got Kentucky Rimfire. We got Pack Rat Attic, and we got Three Toe Jack, and we got Miss Pack Rat. We got Rule, Big Sky, Ron 2A Matters, Helping Man 7, Edward Petty, and well, okay, we got 1903 again. We got Back Roads Air Gunning, and we got Info Bros, and Gizmo Car, and Old One Guy 994.
Awesome. Well, welcome, everybody. Glad you're all here. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, yeah, we got Mike Williams came in right there.
Yeah. Oh, said we miss Packrat. So sorry about that, Miss Packrat.
I thought I mentioned that, but sorry if I my bad.
Yeah. Real quick, we're gonna get back to Mark, but I also want to remind everybody we're gonna be doing a giveaway. Hashtag HBN191 is scrolling down at the bottom, and so make sure you get that in. And real quick, I want to show the grips that Mark had done for this channel, and this was a gift to my stepfather, or my stepfather. He was in the military, and I found this video Friday.
Nice.
And this is just amazing work. This is a 1911 here, and I mean, just the work that he does is just absolutely amazing. And I mean,
what kind of wood is that, Mark?
I think we did African rosewood on those.
Yeah, I believe that's what you said it was. Yes. And when I emailed Mark, I mean, the guns, got a dark frame and all that, and they had dark brown and grips on it. And of course, they were plastic. And I was like, yeah, I'd like something, lighter. And then, his Sergeant Patrick on it and the Army logo. And I mean, geez, he just, knocked it out of the park on this. And it was, he was so excited. He didn't show it much on the video because that's just type of person he was, in the service and this and that. But yeah, he immediately took it home, started taking pictures of it. And here, I believe
that's beautiful.
Yes, it is. And I also have another one here I'll share real quick. And sorry, I thought I could switch that window, but it wouldn't let me. So here is another one. When there it is in a shoulder holster by Craft Holsters. And he was just super, super excited to have this. And I mean, just, those grips just was amazing. And Craft Holsters does a great job on their holsters also. And he started out, he's like, hey, I want to buy a shoulder holster. And so he's like, I know you do reviews and you got a gun channel, blah blah blah. what should I get? And so I'm like, hey, I sent him Craft Holsters website, and and he looked at it, he's like, I think I'd like to have this one. And then I was like, oh man, I gotta reach out to the Magic Man, Mark at Browne Works, and we gotta do something about these grips, and yeah, man, you just did an awesome job on those, Mark, and like you've done with everything. And real quick, I was going to show this here. Excuse me, I got a few things sitting on top of, right here, but I wanted to show this. But this is also a pistol stand that Mark had done. So you can get like your logo on it or whatever you want. And these things are just amazing. And you got square ones and oval ones, right, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just amazing. And I'll put up the Browne Works link. Yes, I do have that right here. I had put it up earlier, and let me put it up again. Just a minute. And so, do you guys have any questions while I'm doing this that you want to ask Mark about, hearing the panel about what he does and stuff?
Yeah, Mark, how did you get into this?
I guess I grew up on a farm,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad did, we never bought anything. So we would make whatever.
Yeah. I hear you.
Whether it be, welding or woodwork, or, if something needed to be built, we built it. So, so I've always enjoyed woodworking as kind of like a hobby. And I kind of somewhat semi-retired and figured out, okay, what do I need? What do I want to do? Being retired. So, like I said, I enjoyed woodworking and guns, and everybody that I went and asked, would somebody pay to have some custom grips? And I would go to different gun stores and all, and they would say, nah, people are really cheap. They just want something. And it's like,
just wait until they see a friend with some custom grips, and then they want custom grips.
Yeah.
So I ignored them, and I just started making some grips for the pistols that I had. And, it started out slow. Mm-hmm. But, the hardest thing is you can't, something gun related, you can't advertise anywhere.
Yeah.
So, you try to, do anything on like Facebook or anything. It's like, nope, you're gone.
Facebook actually changed their policy. Now they're allowing gun content over there. And I want to shout out Backroads Air Gunner real quick. He threw in a $2 super chat, and I appreciate that. So sorry to interrupt you, buddy.
No problem.
But that is very true. It's us as YouTube creators, or all this, like, where do you share the links at? Because you'll get your video taken down, or
you can't put it in the description, because then they'll yellow flag your content.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember the revolver grips you made for Mark Thomas.
Yes,
and beautiful work.
Yeah, it's and that's kind of where things, YouTubers that that have something that I've gotten, from Mark's video, I got lots of orders just because nobody, when somebody has a particular gun, what do you guys do?
Mm-hmm.
You go and look at a YouTuber that does a review on it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I thought long as time I thought that's all YouTube was just like, review thing, or if you want to fix your refrigerator or whatever. But real quick, we did have a few questions out here. Packrat says, you make grips for a Para P13, and
yes, I do. The Para Ordnance or Para USA, or they changed names, but I mean they don't exist anymore. But the P14s, the P13s, P12s, and the P10s. I make grips for all those different models of the Para Ordnance, and that was, early on. So they're not really advertised because not a lot of people have them, but yes, I do make those.
And Justin asked out there, like, what grips do you make? I assume he's talking about, like, for a list of maybe revolvers or semi-automatics or even rifles or whatever. Do you have a list of that on your website, or?
Well, the one place you can go on my website, there is like a spot that says for grips, and then it'll list the different, it'll list maybe like SIG, and if you go into SIG, then you'll see the couple that models that I do for SIG. Or there's an option on my website for build custom grips, and the first prompt is basically a big radio button of which grip do you want, and it has all the different types of grips that I do. The 1911s, the Beretta 92s, the CZs. I keep adding as I go. I do a lot of Ruger, the Ruger single action, as well as the Ruger, the Mark III and Mark IV types of pistols, the Para Ordnance. I also do a lot with Rock Island. Island have their standard 1911s, but they also have their little variations, like their double stacks, their revolver.
And they're screaming for custom grips because their default ones are just they're smooth.
Yeah,
who put smooth grips on a 1911?
The Rock Island revolvers that I do grips for, I sell out of those. It takes me a while to make, and I'll usually make a small batch of like half a dozen at a time. And as soon as I post them onto my website, within a week they're gone. So it's trying to keep up with them. Now that I have a second machine, if one machine is sitting, I don't let any of the machines sit. So if one's sitting, okay, I know I need to make some Rock Island revolver grips.
Yes, and I do know Moondog has to go. We're fixing to do the giveaway. You want to wait till after the giveaway, or you need to go ahead and jump now, buddy?
I gotta wrap up. It's I still have to clean up all of my stuff, guys. Aside from being the RSO today, I was filming, so I gotta put away all of the gear from today. But managed to get a lot of filming done today. For everybody, I'm in the choir. And so I gotta get to church early to do practice before the 10 a.m. mass starts, and I also got to pick up my god kids to take them to church as well. So I got an early start tomorrow. But Hillbilly, thank you for having me on, and it's a pleasure meeting you, Mark, virtually. And one of these days I'll have to get you one of your grips for Maybe not for mine. Maybe when I get a Rock Island 1911, but or maybe my wife's revolver is probably screaming for a new grip on there. So it looks like beautiful work, and we should definitely talk at some point about exotic woods. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Hillbilly, and it's great seeing everybody out there, and especially on the side chat. If you can spare some time on Wednesday, join my live stream, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm having this month a big giveaway at the end of the month. It's a fundraiser for my sister-in-law's breast cancer GoFundMe. I'll put it in the side chat right now, the link. Yeah. But go to moondogindustries.com/contest. Got over a dozen prizes worth over $1,500 that I'll be giving away at the beginning of next month. So it's free to enter. But of course, if you donate to her GoFundMe, I'll bonus you additional free entries to the contest. So anyway, thanks again, everybody. And it was great seeing everybody. We'll see you next week, if not sooner.
Yeah. Yeah, and appreciate you being on, buddy, and looking over your shoulder there. I see you got in a batch of dots there.
Oh yeah. And some of this stuff hopefully will be going away at the end of the month. So some of this stuff is our prizes.
All
right, everybody. Have a good night.
Buddy. Appreciate you.
Good
night.
And everybody go check out Moondog if you've not. Moondog 2A, Moondog Reviews, and Moondog Travel. So great guy. And let's go ahead and we're going to do a giveaway. And for tonight, the giveaway is a gold skinny knife. And this thing's pretty cool. And so we have 5 different colors of these skinny knives now. And the gold's one we're going to be giving away tonight. So make sure you hashtag in. And we will be spinning that here in just a minute. I'll get it pulled up here, and then we'll go back to the panel, and as soon as we get done with this. So appreciate everybody, and get those hashtags in. It's right there on the screen. All righty. Get my little handy dandy notebook out here so I can write down the winner. All righty. I think we gave everybody just about plenty of time to get their hashtags in. So anyway, Mark Browne, would you like to give us a countdown for tonight? And we'll give this thing a spin.
Sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Round and round she goes. Let's see who the lucky winner is tonight. And you do have to be present to win. Ben C. 2286. Awesome. Congratulations, buddy. And let us know if you're out there on the side chat. We'll give you a minute or so here to let us know you're out there. Congratulations. And the reason we do the have to be here because that way the person knows they won. And, you know, like Ben C., I have no idea what his email address is. So if he's not here to see that he won, it's very hard to get a hold of him. So anyway, Ben, I hope you're still out there, buddy. There he is. He said late. All right, buddy. So Ben, scrolling down across the bottom of the screen, you'll see my email. It is AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com. If you could provide your screen name, which would be Ben C2286, and the name and address you want this sent to, then I will get that sent right out to you. And yeah, congratulations, buddy. That is awesome. And you are, as far as I know, you're new here. So thank you so much for being on here. And wow, winning. That is awesome. So yeah, Ben, get a hold of me and we'll get those sent out to you. I'll write down Ben's name here real quick. And any rest of you guys have a question to Mark?
I do.
Go right ahead, buddy.
Yes. Do you do engraving on like wooden stocks for rifles?
I do. I've done it for local customers that can bring me either their gun or I've had some like ship me like a slide. Like I've done slides for people. So, I've done a few. I think the last one I just did, it was a couple of weeks ago, was a gentleman bought a Henry rifle for his daughter who was graduating college, and he wanted the college engraved on one side.
Oh, wow.
So I did that for him on his Henry rifle. But again, he was a local. Great. He was able to bring the whole firearm here, and we did that on the big engraver that I have.
Yes, and if you have a wooden rifle, a person can pull that out of the stock and be able to mail that piece of wood without having to go through any hoops or anything. And
yeah, I got a CC 457 stock that I took. I always take the wooden stock out, and I think I still got it. And maybe I can contact you. I would like to engrave it for one of my grandkids.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. One of them adult grandkids. Yeah. And I like to put my logo in there, and then pass it on because last time they were here, we did a wheel, and all that stuff is going to them already. It's already on the wheel. So, but that would be pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
yes, and Justin out there says, I went and checked out Brownworks site. Wow, I'll be spending some money, it looks like. Mm-hmm. And he says that Colt medallion grips are top notch. Yes. And
this is just I engraved like an eagle on the buttstock.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Yeah, he's holding a stock up, YouTube, not a firearm. So.
Yeah, I didn't want to put too much up there for you.
Yeah, you can go ahead and show it again here, the stock part, and so everybody can see it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, that is a stock, not a firearm. So
that's right. Actually, the butt stock. Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben out there, that's actually what he won. You won a skinny golden knife, buddy, and that's what you won tonight. So, go ahead.
Yeah, that's one of the first things that I started with. Is I used, before I do pistol grips, I would go to like the local pawn shops and buy an old beat up shotgun or 22 rifle that was all beat up from a pawn shop for less than $100. I'd take it, I'd sand it down, re-blue the barrel, and then I'd do some engravings on it. And then sold those. That's kind of like, before I started doing pistol grips. That's what I started out doing.
Oh, great!
Wow. That looks really good. Thank you.
Yes. And real quick, I know we didn't talk about this, but Mark also does. I have a course, I can't show it right now, but he did some grips for me on for an AR, the hang grips, and then also some forehand grips that goes on there, and those are absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're just amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
And Gizmo asked a question out there. Do you guys offer channel stickers with your logos? Most people do that has a YouTube channel, and yeah, just says he makes barbecue grips for barbecue guns. And if Ozzy was out there, he'd say barbecue holsters. And,
yeah, I got a Taurus. What do you call that? It's a 357 with the ported 4-inch barrel. Forget that. Can you make? I think you can make grids for those too, right? Tracker. Yeah. I see the tracker. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I check your site out. And then I had to go check on Cookie. She's not feeling well, so she went to bed early. So that's why you see me going back and forth. But yeah, that would be nice to have that done on that CC457 stock. And
awesome
for one of my grandkids.
While you're talking here, go ahead and tell us what we got coming up on your channel, and we'll just go around the room here.
Yes, sir. On the J Delta 22 channel on Monday, we're starting. I call it the Quest. I took one of my 1022s out, my Ruger 1022 custom, and looking for the ammo because I think I used that rifle twice or 3 times. I don't remember, and I don't even know what I shot with it. But I'm doing some videos at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The first video on Monday, this coming Monday, with Ely Match. So, and then on Tuesday, I have my second channel, the Smoking 22. We are doing the Celebrate 250 from Hasbro. I was doing a trial run, and it didn't do too bad, but I missed, I think, all of the the extra points. I think I only hit one, and I had to improvise because I only brought to the range one popper, so I had to use black circles, and I missed. I only hit one anyway, so so that was fun. So appreciate you having me tonight. It's good to meet Mr. Browne, and awesome work. Now, a lot of talent, sir. You're blessed.
Awesome. And real quick before we go on, I want to remind everybody, I believe it's the 12th. Yes. So by midnight tomorrow, your time zone, East Coast, West Coast, whatever it is, if you want a chance to win a 22 caliber anechoic suppressor, you can still do that as long as you do it by tomorrow night. And Kentucky Rimfire Hobbies, we started this as a GoFundMe for Greg. And so anybody that donates $10 or more to this GoFundMe, and then when you donate it, like on your phone or if you use your computer, do a screenshot of that. And then you can email either me or Chad and that screenshot, and we'll get you entered in the giveaway. And we're going to do the giveaway next Saturday, the 18th, I believe it is. The president of Anechoic, Buck, he'll be back on here for that show, hopefully, and do the giveaway. I mean, these are awesome suppressors. So, I mean, to get a chance to get one of those for $10, and then, of course, they'll get it sent to your FFL and your FFL has have a SOT license also, which that's what's required by law. And they'll get it to there, then any fees that your FFL charges, you will be responsible for those, But anyway, I mean, and well, depending on your FFL, most usually it's not very much. But what a great way to be able to win an awesome suppressor. And so, Garage Guy, do you have a question for Mark Browne at Browne Works? And
Well, yeah. Excuse me. He mentioned CZ. Would that be the full sized or the compact? I have a CZ 75 Omega, and I'd really love to get a new set of grips on those.
Yeah, I do grips for the CZ full size, the compact size.
Right.
I do grips for the CZ Shadow 2 full size, and I do grips for the CZ TS2. Is it TS2? Yeah, that's the sport, the one with the magwell on it. So the only CZ75 that I don't do yet is which they just came out with, that Shadow 2 compact. I don't do that one yet. But the older CZ compact and the CZ75 full size, I do grips for those. As well as I also do the CZ97. That was the bigger, I think that's the 45 caliber CZ model. So I do grips for that one as well.
Okay. I was wondering if it'd be possible if I ordered a set, I could have my channel logo engraved in it some way.
Yep, that's no problem. If it's something
cool,
I'd have to take a look at it, and we can figure out how to where you want it. But I do a lot of the channel logos and such. Usually, I can have the grips all smooth in your logo, or put checkering and then your logo down at the bottom, or I can work with you on what would look good, and then what type of wood would you like? What
he wants that real high dollar expensive wood that breaks you out.
Cocobolo. I love Cocobolo, but that African rosewood looked good.
Yeah, the African rosewood is a lighter wood. It engraves really well because the contrast between the light wood and the darker of the engraving, it usually pops really good on the lighter wood. But with darker woods, if I do an engraving, I can fill it with a black enamel. So even like a darker brown with like the black engraving will show up better. Or I can put, if it's a really dark wood, I can put like a white enamel into the engraving, or a gray or something like that. It all depends on what your preference is.
Right. Okay.
Good night, Edward. Mark, we got two Marks here. Garage Guy, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, that Taurus Deputy revolver there, awesome. I'm going to go take first shots with it tomorrow. And hopefully if that video isn't out this coming weekend, it will be the next weekend. And Thursday night, I posted a new video. It was an 8-year update on my Glock 26 Gen 3. Still going strong. But other than that, it was good to be here. Mr. Browne, it was good to meet you, sir. And everybody over there in the side chat, it's good to see all those familiar names. Everybody have a good weekend.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Garage Guy, for being here. Everybody go check out Garage Guy 879, and Steve. You got a question for Mark?
I did. I was just curious. Are you like a one-man operation, or do you have people help you in the shop?
I'm a one-man show. I reverse engineer the grips myself in a CAD and CAM package. I go and a lot of times I'll either go to like there's an exotic wood store close by. I'll either go there and get the wood, or I'll get some online. I cut the wood. I make the I package everything up. So, and my day is I start with cutting wood. I start making grips, and at the end of the day, I package what I got done, and I take them to the post office. So,
wow,
and then I just repeat that the next day.
That's awesome.
That is cool. Yeah.
That is awesome.
So, hang on a second, real quick, Steve, before we get your channel. Gizmo says, "Have you tried bone, stag, or ebony, or any of that?"
A lot of people ask me. It is a different type of. It does take different tools, and it's kind of what I said earlier. Is the cutting bits and all for wood is different than for like aluminum, and it's different for G10. Each type of material you got to have. They're very similar, but also very different types of cutting tools. So right now I'm all set up for wood. So doing something different, like bone or antler, it's kind of something I have not tackled yet. It's also harder to with my wood blanks. I have clamps and jigs that I made specifically for wood. So to clamp an antler or something like that, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, your tool heads, all that stuff. I'm sure is a lot different. So Steve, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, before that, I wanted to mention one thing to Mark. Hillbilly's too shy to ask, but he'd probably like to have some wood furniture for his high point. And you can make it out of yellow pine or something, so it's not that expensive.
Special edition.
Yeah, make her out of cedar.
pick up one of those bowed Lowe's 2x4s or something.
Yeah, just 2x4 on there.
Cherry wood. Cherry wood.
It's on my list to do some grips that nobody else would do grips for.
Do cherry wood.
Oh my goodness!
I've got a video dropping tomorrow. Shooting the day at the range 4th of July challenge with my CZ 457, and that was a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing Jose and Hasbro's challenge. I got some of the little snaps, and I got to get back out and try that one. But thank you for having me. It's nice talking to you, Mark. I learned a lot about you and your company, and I've got your links where I can go check it out. And
thank you.
Thanks to everybody in the side chat. I did, and I subbed to your YouTube channel also. So, or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me make sure I did. Yeah. Anyway, but I thank you guys.
Well, thanks for being here, Steve. And everybody go check out Steve over at Living in Southwest Virginia, not Southwest Virginia. So he always likes to make sure that's
clear. Yeah.
Well, so Mark Browne, is there something? I mean, besides all the stuff you've gone over, is something like you'd like to tell everybody? Something you would like to plug? Definitely go check out his YouTube channel. and I put out the link earlier. I can do that again, but yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Probably, like I said, I used to do a lot more YouTubes when I had more time, and hopefully now that I got this building done, I'll have more time to do some more videos, because I like doing the videos of, like, when I do a new grip, for a new model or something. I like trying to do a video about that, but I haven't in so long. So I'm probably going to do a video just to go through all the different pistols that I do make grips for. That might be the next one that I do, and that probably will be really short, just to show you the different ones.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what I've been doing.
all righty, and I put out your links for your .com and your YouTube, and there's Wildman Outdoors just jumped in, said hello everyone, and so good to see you tonight, buddy. We're just pretty much at the end of the show tonight, though. Thanks for jumping in anyhow. We always appreciate that. I just want to remind everybody again, go check out Brown Works and check out all these wonderful guys that's been on here tonight. And in the side chat, there's a lot of people that have content, so make sure you check them out, support them also. Great stuff. And don't forget about, like I said, tomorrow night at midnight, your local time zone, help out a family that's in need, and $10 or more to that GoFundMe, and screenshot it and send it by email, that screenshot to me or Kentucky Rimfire Hobbies, and you'll get entered in that. We'll be giving that away next Saturday. And man, other than the video that I put out with those awesome grips Mark did, I did that Friday. I'll try to get a video out this week. Still being on crutches, it's hard to get out there and get much done, because it's like I can't, pack my tripods and my gun and all that on crutches very well. And so then I'm at the mercy of my wife, and some of you guys know how that goes. Last time she's like, "Quit bossing me around." I'm like, "I'm not bossing you around. I'm trying to ask you to set this tripod here or whatever." And she's like, "I don't know. I ain't enjoying this." And I'm like, "I know, because you've been in the video. I got everything set up. You walk outside and it's all ready. Then you go back inside. So, but anyway, she has helped me. Oh, she's done so much for me. I mean, trust me, I'm so thankful for all that she does. But anyway, thank you for the support here. All you members too. I mean, every penny you guys spend on the membership, it all goes right back into the giveaways. So every time somebody wins, just like tonight, Ben winning, you made his day better. You VIPs, members, and we sure appreciate that. Because with me being down, I probably would have had to stop the giveaways for a little bit, but thanks to your generosity and blessings over those memberships, we've been able to, not miss, doing that every time. And so we sure thank you all so much. And I hope everybody had a wonderful 250th celebration for Independence Day. I know we did. And man, that's just something so awesome to go through, because I remember, as a younger kid going through, 1976, the celebration we did then, just in our little bitty town. And, man, like things like that, not counting so much other stuff, it just, it makes me so proud to be an American and be patriotic, and support and respect our military and people in service, and all that stuff. So we just thank you all so much for everything. And with that, we're going to leave you all. With this, remember, God, family, country, make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll be seeing you all again, Hillbilly Nation.